This is a story that came out in the Boston Globe. Doctor charged with manslaughter and opioid overdose death. Wow, December 11th, 2018. A dry cut doctor has been charged with involuntary manslaughter in the 2016 death of a woman who overdosed on opioids that he prescribed. The first such indictment in the state, authorities announced Tuesday. Dr. Richard Moran is accused of continuing to authorize large doses of opioids and other drugs, even though he knew the victim had overdosed in February 2016 on opioids he had prescribed. Attorney General Maura Healey said Miron is charged with prescribing opioids without legitimate medical purpose. According to Headley's office, the medical examiner determined that his patient, a woman who was not identified, died on March 17th, 2016 from acute intoxication from the combined effects of fentanyl, morphine, codeine, barbiturates, all prescribed by Miron. Whoa, he just loaded her up with every powerful drug, didn't he? And he didn't even have a legitimate reason for doing that. He just piled her up with all them drugs. Now, come on, what is the difference between what Miron did and a drug dealer? Seriously, what's the difference? Miron's alleged actions were particularly brazen. From September 2015 to February 2016, he prescribed more high-dose, short-acting oxycodone prescriptions than any other provider in the state's Medicaid program, according to the Attorney General's office. Damn. This doctor is 76 years old and he was doing this? Oh my God. Miron, 76, was also charged with defrauding the program known as Mass Health. Attempts to reach Miron on Tuesday were unsuccessful. He will be arraigned in Middlesex Superior Court at a date not yet set. The charges are the second move by law enforcement in recent days related to opioid prescribing, which has been blamed for triggering an addiction plague that led to more than 2,000 deaths last year. Late last month, U.S. Attorney Andrew Leding wrote an undisclosed number of medical professionals warning them that their prescribing practices were being closely watched because they had prescribed opioids to a patient within 60 days of that patient's death, or to a patient who had died from an opioid overdose. Well, he loaded her up with every damn thing. You know what I mean? Damn. The surge in opioid prescriptions that started in the late 1990s coincide with a parallel growth in overdose deaths as pain pills became widely available. Some doctors were prescribing without sufficient attention to the risk, but the vast majority of people who take opioids don't become addicted, and many people got the drugs from friends or stole them rather than obtain them from their own doctor's prescription. You know what? I read, and this was locally, a few cases where these drug addicts, you know how you'll have a home for sale and there'll be like an open house where anybody can just walk through and take a look at the house? Well, these folks, these junkies, this is what they were doing. They were going to these open houses and then they would go through people's medicine cabinets. And if they found any opioids or anything like that in the medicine cabinet, they were stealing it. And that was the only reason why they were going through these open houses. Steal people's drugs from their medicine cabinet. Woo, these junkies don't cease to amaze me. All right. As the rules have tightened and awareness have grown, opioid prescribing in Massachusetts decreased by 35% over the past 3 years. Yet the rate of overdoses has changed little as the powerful illicit drug fentanyl infiltrates the street supply. Prescription opioids are found in the bodies of fewer than a fifth of those who fatally overdose, while the street version of fentanyl is a factor in 90% of those deaths. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. China is kicking their asses with that fentanyl flowing into the country. And that is your number one killer drug in America, illicit drug, is fentanyl. And it's being mixed into literally everything. The drug dealers trying to give people a more powerful high, and ultimately they're being killed by that drug, you know? But you still got this doctor trying to hand out opioids like candy to a patient. But I can't get over what he prescribed to her. Was he trying to kill this woman or something? Well, he did. I mean, I just can't believe everything that he prescribed to this woman. I'm not surprised that she's dead. That's outrageous. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I tell you what, if some doctor prescribed like that to my family members, I would sue his ass. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.